This segment is brought to you by Gin Gators. We sink our teeth into service.
Everybody, welcome back into Bite Time. Harry McCullough here. Unfortunately, there was a crash yesterday involving a fatality that happened in East Houma. Here to talk more about it is a trooper, Tia Lavernane. So thanks so much for being with us with the state police. Unfortunately, we don't know if it's distracted, but we had an accident. A guy wasn't restrained and ended up being a fatality.
Yeah, so yesterday evening around 4 p.m., Troop C received a call of a two-vehicle serious injury crash. It was reported on LA 57, which is Grand Caillou Road, like you mentioned, on the east side near Ashland.
Well, the jail
landfill, the landfill road right there. So what happened was the garbage truck came to a stop on 57, preparing to make that left turn onto the landfill road, and a Dodge Ram being driven by 69-year-old Tony Frisella Jr. Failed to come to a stop and impacted the back of that garbage truck. He was unrestrained, like you mentioned, and sustained serious injuries. He was transported to a hospital where Troop C later received a call that he succumbed to his injuries there. Like you mentioned, he was restrained. The other driver, he was unrestrained, sorry. The other driver of the garbage truck was restrained, received minor injuries, also was transported to a local hospital, but minor injuries.
So, that's tough. When you guys are making stops and those kind of things, do you see most people now are used to, I mean, it's been probably 30, 40 years, but most people do wear their seatbelts, or is that still an issue?
So we try to limit these things, these crashes, and try to, put out there that crashes, wearing your seatbelt greatly increases your chances of survival and being seriously injured. So we try to put out there that wearing your seatbelt is the best thing. But of course, we still have some people that don't wear their seatbelts.
Yeah, and I just wondered, I didn't know if there was any stats nowadays to back that up or anything.
We still see
still have tickets. I know that's probably been 10 or 15 years now.
Yeah, you still get if you're caught without wearing your seatbelt, you still get your seatbelt citation. There's been a frequent amount of crashes that people have been unrestrained. A lot of those crashes possibly could have been just an injury crash had they been restrained. Because, I mean, if you're unrestrained and say that vehicle starts rolling, I mean, you just get ejected out of that vehicle instead of staying inside the vehicle with your seatbelt on. Yeah,
it is amazing, how safe a lot of things have become crash-wise, compared to back in the day. Yeah. Just the aggravation of those little bells going off, right?
Right. There's all kind of sort of things. Just the seatbelts, airbags. These cars, they've gotten a whole lot safer. They try to do everything to put you in the safest position driving down the road, but it takes you actually buckling your seatbelt in order to do that.
Right. The cars have become a lot lighter. They used to be a big hunk of metal, but now they're a lot lighter. But the compact now seems to be pretty good. This time of year, you probably driving over here, driving through some puddles and possible flooding that's on the road today at around, I guess, we're Tuesday at around 2 or 3 o'clock. We've had a real downpour in a quick amount of time. That's kind of common this time of year, as we get into May and June. Driving wise, what do drivers need to look out for when they're seeing water on the road?
Right. So a lot of times standing water is hard to see until you get right up on it. So we try to prevent ourselves from being in that situation. Anything where roadway conditions are deteriorating, we really want to reduce our speed. So if it's raining, then the speed limit is only set for ideal conditions. Anytime those roadways are not ideal, you want to reduce your speed. That way you can pay attention to things that are ahead of you, as well as if you have your windshield wipers on, you should have your headlights on as well. That's not just for you to be able to see, but for other cars to be able to see you coming as well.
Yeah, so that's always a rule. Most cars, I guess now when you turn on, they automatically do that as well. I was looking at, like yesterday, we had similar types of rain, not right here in Houma, but I saw a video from New Orleans. It was pretty high. I saw the West Feliciano area, and you see water going across the road, and then you end up seeing cars in a ditch. Is that a certain amount of water that needs to get into a tire where you end up losing control, where it might slide off a road like that?
So it's hard to call what water that's running across the roadway is going to do. A lot of times you hear saying, turn around, don't drown. You never want to drive through standing water. You don't know what that water's doing. If it's sweeping across, a lot of times you can't tell that that's what it's doing. So any event that you even see any water, whether you're in a high vehicle or a smaller passenger car, standing water like that, especially under overpasses, you just turn around and find you another route.
I was living in New Orleans, and I hate to giggle, but there's a certain couple of spots in New Orleans where you go underneath railroad tracks, and every time it rains, somebody's going to drive in
There's
there.
always those problem areas, and like you said, you don't want to drive through standing water. Turn around, don't drown. Because, like I said, you don't know how deep that water is. You don't know how your car is going to perform, the mechanics of it. So it's best to just stay out of it.
Right. Some people think, I got four-wheel drive. I'll be good to go. I'll be fine. And you just never know.
Right.
And as you said, so if you're looking at water seeks its own level, they can be a big fall off.
Right. Especially if you're not familiar with the area. You can't see the roadway. You don't know where the roadway ends, how deep that water is. Just stay out of it.
All right. Tia, Laura, Dane, thank you so much for the update. We appreciate it. Thanks so much. That's Bayou time for this time. We'll see you next time right here on HTV.
This segment was brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.